What's up everyone, it is your boy Tarek and I'm back today with another video for you guys. If you guys are new to the channel, be sure to hit the subscribe button with the notification bell on, so every time I upload a video, you guys are notified. You already know the tea, we're on the road to 10,000 subscribers, so be sure to join the family and let's get straight into this video. So as you guys may have heard on the grapevine, Harrison has quit Love Island. Am I upset? No. Do I care about him? No. But it does leave me with some questions and thoughts, because it's like, how come you're leaving? Not that I'm happy, not that I'm over the moon ecstatic that he's gone, because I can't be able to be watching that bullshit on my screen anymore. So let me just debunk that straight away. It's not like to say that I'm upset that he's leaving and he was bringing great TV. He wasn't. It was actually quite like uncomfortable to watch. But why? We're gonna get into it. So as you know already, I have my notes, and make sure you have yourself a nice snack, a drink. Make sure to have a fan around you as well, because the weather's beautiful outside, but for some of y'all it will be too hot. And without further ado, let's get into it. So first of all, these are going to be I'm going to break this video up into 7 sections, okay? So the first section is going to be known as the build up. Why this wasn't a shock. So as we know, Harrison started off the series by dating Toni, getting to know Toni. Remember, it was between Melisha and Toni, and whichever one impressed Harrison basically got to stay, and the other one that didn't got dumped. Melisha ended up getting dumped, Harrison ended up staying. So them two ended up, kicking things off. At the start, it was like, okay, cool, like they're going really well with each other. They're doing things really smoothly. But then obviously Harrison then started to get to know Helena. First it was Toni and Helena. Then Casa came. Then before Casa, Toni basically said, I'm done with you, I'm leaving you, and left him. Harrison didn't like that. Harrison misses what he can't control. That's how I see it. Sorry, guys, this video might get a little bit dark. So I'm putting a trigger warning here from now. If you hear things in this video that might trigger something that you may have experienced in the past, please just click off. You don't have to watch the video, or you can skip to the next section of this video. But I would like to say, I feel like it's a control thing. That's what it's given to me, because it's like you want that control as a fact, where it's like you want these women to like you so much. It's like you want to bounce between them and able to go back and forth with them. Life doesn't work that way, okay? You had 2 good women by your side, meaning Lauren and Toni, and Toni you've lost. I don't know how Lauren is going to feel and what her feelings are, but Toni, knowing how she is, and it seems that her old self has come back, well, the Toni that we all know has come back, you've lost her, okay? Harrison was playing both sides between Toni and Lauren, telling Lauren and Toni the same exact thing. And he was doing the same thing with Helena and Toni as well, saying, oh, you're the only person that I want to get to know, or you're the only person that I see a future with, all this kind of gibberish bullshit, right? He was going back and saying the same thing to Toni, saying, oh, you're the only person I like, I find you this, that, and the third, like basically talking a whole lot of shit, okay? And he was doing the same thing with Lauren and Toni. This man is so indecisive and doesn't know what he wants, but he doesn't understand that he's putting these women's feelings at jeopardy and actually hurting people within the process of his bullshit, okay? I always say to people, before you go on reality TV, you need to mentally check yourself and make sure that you're in check with yourself, and that you've gotten the help that you needed to get before you go on these shows. Because not only are you going on these shows and you're going to try and win the 50K, or you might have a game plan to get to the final, because at the end of the day, guys, let's call it spade a spade, okay? Love Island these days is all about strategy for some people. I can put my hand up and say I can see it, because some people, as soon as they come out the villa, they've broken up, they're no longer together, and it's kind of like, okay, cool, you lot were kind of just doing it to win the 50K, okay? But in this series, this season 12 is the worst season for me in terms of the misogyny that I'm watching in 4K. It's actually embarrassing, disgusting, and it comes like he's had no home training, but I know that's not the case. I know this guy's parents raised him to be a great citizen. But as there's a saying that goes, right, guys? You make the child, but you don't make their brain. Harrison is at an age where he can make decisions for himself. He can travel for himself. You know, he can explore things for himself, do things for himself. But you can't decide. You can't think to yourself or decide what woman you want. So you decide, let me play both of them. It's actually disgusting. I can't lie to you. Toni chose you, okay? And not only did Toni choose you, I wouldn't say you forced her, but you coerced her. That's the right way. Because you pulled her up to the terrace right before the recoupling because you know how Toni's head is. You know how she feels about you. So you're like, let me just get into her head before the recoupling. And bam. What happened? She chose you. She chose you for you to continue to still be doing the same bullshit. And now in yesterday's episode, was it yesterday? I think it was yesterday. Yesterday's episode, you're all saying, oh, I miss Lauren. When Toni's asking, do you really want to be with me? And you didn't even give an answer. You're actually a joke, man. Like, you're actually a joke, man. You immediately, I don't know. It's not, I'm not making an excuse for this man's behavior, but I'm trying to think what he has. Is it avoidment? Is it avoidment issues or attachment issue? I don't know. He's got some issue anyway, but it's no excuse whatsoever. Harrison's constant confusion, not knowing what woman he wants to choose, who he wants to be with, I believe that's him to a T. I don't think it's an act. I don't think it's, he's doing it for the entertainment purpose. Even if you are doing it for entertainment, you're failing miserably. Okay? You're failing miserably. Because, I can't lie, me seeing these girls upset like this over a man like you, number one, a man like you, like, you're actually not, like, you're not, like, okay, cool, let me keep it a buck, yeah, I have to keep it real. When Harrison first stepped into the villa, I was like I said, this boy's pretty, he's nice. But the minute his behavior was, like, left, I said, everything about you becomes unattractive. Like, you could be pretty, like, he's still pretty, but he's not pretty to me no more. Does that make sense? Like, you are not pretty to me no more. Your whole behavior is like a whole ick. And the fact that you're going on national TV and behaving this way, like, I hope you don't get another woman. Until you at least get the therapy or get the help or do some self-growth about yourself. Probably in the next 3 years, you might be ready to start chatting to women again. You need to go for a long walk against Mount Everest or something. You need to do something to clear your mind. That's what you need to do. Because clearly there's a lot going up here. But yeah. So we haven't actually seen the episode of Harrison leaving. But I wonder how Toni and Lauren will feel. I don't care about anybody else at this particular point. It's them two in the moment that I'm really discussing. I wonder how they will feel. Because personally, Toni and Lauren shouldn't care. But knowing how every time someone leaves the villa, like if they leave before they're supposed to leave, right? Or they get dumped or whatever, there's always this, oh, we're going to miss you, this crying and all this type of stuff. I expect it from Lauren and Toni. Because Lauren especially had a very intimate moment with Harrison. And Toni, for the past 4 weeks, I would like to say, they've been getting to know each other. So I can understand them being upset, but not upset to the fact where we're going to miss you. It's upset to the fact, like, you don't get to leave now. You don't, like, it's a matter of, you've done this damage, and now you want to leave, because me personally, I will give my opinion at the end. As a matter of fact, let me actually put that in my notes so I don't forget. I'm going to give my opinion at the end, and do I think Harrison leaving is genuine? I'm going to give cause I already have my opinion regarding that, okay? So we're gonna really get into his tea. So the next thing I actually did put here is, did Harrison show accountability before leaving? Again, this stuff hasn't aired. These are just questions that I put down in order. Maybe I might have to do a part 2 to this video, because it's like, when he leaves, I'm gonna want, or you guys will see it in the review. But it's like, him leaving is, I'm telling you now, and I'll get more into it towards the end. Him leaving is not because, actually, I can't say it's because of mental health or not. I have no right to say that. Personally, honestly speaking, I cannot say that. But I believe it's to try and control a narrative. You lot can call me harsh if you want, but him leaving, for me personally, is for him to try and control a narrative. If I get the audience, if I leave and do all these crocodile tears and get people to feel sorry for me, maybe I can try and win back the audience a little bit. Harrison, you've done so much nastiness and horrible stuff to these women and emotionally drained them that for me personally, like, I don't know, some miracle would have to happen for me to feel different about you now. You understand? Like, you've done so much damage. Like, I really don't respect this man. I don't even like him and I don't know him. And I'm always the person to preach, how could you dislike someone if you don't know them? I'm so sorry. From what I've seen these past 5 weeks, six weeks, of the show, I don't like you. Because if you're like this on TV, God knows what you're like off the cameras. So, yeah, I don't fuck with Harrison whatsoever. I believe he doesn't want to face the consequences of his actions. This is why he's leaving. This is why he's cutting. This is why he's like, okay, I'm bowing my head and I'm going out. Like I said, if it is due to mental health, that's not something I could discuss and like be harsh about, because mental health is a very serious thing. Men's mental health in particular, like when a man's going through it mentally, it's not spoken about enough, you know, because men have feelings too. But in this instance, please, I'm not defending Harrison in the slightest. I'm just saying when it comes to mental health, that's a very delicate subject, so I cannot be harsh. If he is saying he's leaving for mental health, I have to just take his word for it. I have to, because that's not a subject I don't play when it comes to mental health. That's one thing I don't dibble and dabble in and say, oh, that person's lying. I have no right to say that. If you're leaving due to your mental health or due to you feeling anxious or depressed or whatever it is, I just have to take your word for it. So, I believe, okay, now this is something else I believe, and I did speak about this on my TikTok video. By the way, if you guys haven't followed me already on TikTok, I don't know what you think you're doing. You better go and follow me. If it's not in the link, then Tarek Ferguson, same as my YouTube, just head over. If you got the TikTok app, just search my name and it should come up. I believe that because Women's Aid put out a statement regarding the men's behavior this year on Love Island. For Women's Aid to say something, you know it's serious. They put out a statement. The fans are not happy. People are uncomfortable watching the show. Like, it's no longer entertainment for us. Like, we're actually uncomfortable watching this shit. I believe the producers pulled him aside and told him that he needs to take his leave. But I feel like they're just masking it as him quitting so it doesn't look bad for him. It's already bad for Harrison. God knows he needs to stay away from social media when he comes out that villa. He needs to stay away from it, sorry. You need, like I said, you need at least a month or two, at least, to kind of go on a journey, whether it's you go to another country and you just live there for a month or two and just, I don't know, you need to do something, just kind of not disappear like in that way, but like disappear and just self-reflect and work on yourself. Because you coming back out of that villa and going on social media, it's not going to look good for you. No one has anything positive to say about you. That's just facts. Like, no one actually has anything positive to say. Obviously, the people that are going to have positive things to say are the people that behave just like you. But when I'm looking at it and the content that I'm getting on my feeds and the comments that I'm seeing, most people are slating you. So if I was you, I wouldn't be so quick to jump back on social media. That is just me. The timing is off for me as well, because again, it seems like he doesn't want to deal with the harsh reality that people are actually not fucking with his behavior, and that he doesn't want to deal with the consequences. So it's more of a question for you guys, really, the public, yeah? What do you guys think about his departure? I want you to leave in the comment section below. Let's have a conversation about it. Like, what do you think about him leaving? Do you think the producers said it? Do you think he doesn't want to take accountability? Do you think it's due to mental health? Like, what do you think his reasoning is for him actually leaving? Now, I've also put here as well, the exit is not, he's not getting no sympathy from me. Even if it is due to mental health, like I said, I'm not going to argue with that, but I'm not going to feel sorry for you. That's just that. I'm not, like I said, if it's mental health, I'm not going to speak no more. That's all I'm saying. But me feeling sympathy for you? Oh, no. Because what you're not going to try and do is paint the narrative where it's like you're gonna mention mental health and then now have people feeling sorry for you. That's what I don't want. Because yes, mental health is a very delicate thing to mention when someone mentions it and to discuss. But one thing I'm not gonna do is we're not gonna blame mental health for the way you've been treating these women. Because a lot of people, that's what they tend to do. Oh, I got anxiety. I've got this. I've got that. They use the mental health. It's like someone going and do a masquerade killing and then blaming mental health. I don't feel sorry for these people. I'm so sorry. Like them people in America that do school shootings and be masquerade shootings and stuff like that. I don't feel sorry for them. When they come out and say, "Oh, it's mental health," no. That one you can't pull the wool over my eyes on, because mental health. Do you see what I'm saying? So it's like, I'm not, when it comes to that whole, oh, I've treated people this way for so long, but I'm going to leave the villa and say it's mental health. Cool. If it's mental health, cool. I will no longer say anything, but I'm not going to feel sorry for you. No. You're not getting sympathy from me anyway. I'll tell you that for free. You're not getting sympathy from me. And I believe I can actually say with confidence, I believe that the majority of the audience will feel the same. You're going to get the odd people that might switch and be like, you know what, okay, cool, you know what, his mental health, his head wasn't in the game, this, that, and the third. They'll make excuses for his behavior. I'm not here for that, and I promise you now, if you're one of those people that's going to come in my comment section and try and be funny, I actually had a few people saying to me, and someone tried to twist my words, actually, so let me just reiterate this now in this video so it's very clear. Someone tried to twist up my words and say that I kind of wish that Harrison would lose everything. I would never say such a thing about someone. But I did say this. I hope he doesn't get a brand deal. Or any brand deals. I hope he just goes back to being a regular footballer. That is what I said. Not the football part, but I'm adding that part in now. But I did say I hope he doesn't get any brand deals. Not lose everything. People that act bad, that do bad things, they don't deserve good things. That's not me saying I hope he loses everything. There's a huge difference. Me saying I hope you lose everything, that's harsh. I will never say that about anybody. But you, right now, in this particular moment in your life, you don't deserve nothing good because you're not putting good out there. Why should you receive good if you're not putting it out? That's what I said. So what we're not going to come and do is come on my channel and try to twist up my words, okay, honey? The stuff is up there. The digital footprint is up there. If you're hard of hearing and you've misheard what I said, that's absolutely fine. Just go back and rewatch it, but we're not going to try to twist up my words, okay? And like I said, any funny business in the comment section, you'll get blocked. It's as simple as that. This is a dictatorship, not a democracy. You're not arguing with me about my opinion. Point blank, period. That is that. So obviously, people over the years have left Love Island due to their mental health. From season 8, I think from every season, if I can remember correctly, we've had people leave. Jax from season 8. Remember how we was treating... Who was Jax with? Paige, wasn't it? Do you not remember how he was treating Paige? The rugby lads. Do you not remember how he was treating Paige? All of a sudden he left and he said it was mental health. I stopped talking about him there because, again, when you mention mental health, not too much. I left him. But then again, it was like people started feeling sorry for him and stuff like that. I'm like, I hear it because he's saying mental health. But don't let people coalesce your head in because they're saying mental health. You like, okay, that's the reason why I was behaving. No. That shouldn't give people the green light to be disrespectful to women. I'm so sorry. Season 9, did anybody... Not that I can remember. Season 9, I cannot remember. Season 10, I cannot remember. Like, it would stand out to me if someone did. Season 11... That was the season with like Joey Essex and all of that. But I do remember the All-Star season. I do remember this one for a fact. Scott, who was on All-Star season earlier on in the year, he did leave due to his mental health. And even he was doing some nonsense as well when it came to the women. Couldn't decide who. I don't understand. Like, he couldn't decide who he wanted to talk to and stuff like that. Like, he couldn't decide and ended up leaving due to his mental health. So, it's a common thing. If it gets too much for someone, they can end up leaving the show, which is totally valid. Obviously, it's a lot of pressure. You're going on TV in front of millions of people. And it's not just people from the UK. People worldwide watch UK Love Island, you know. Let's actually clock that. people worldwide watch the UK version. I know the US version is popping. I ain't seen it. Guys, quite frankly, I do not have the time to be watching 2 Love Islands and reviewing both. Because if I'm watching the USA one, I'm gonna want to review it. That's just tea on that. I don't have time to be watching both. But when it comes on here on ITV, if you lot want, I can review when it comes here on ITV. But as far as I'm concerned right now, I am not going out my way to do that. Yeah, but a question is for you guys as well that I've put here. When these guys leave the show early on, like before the show finishes or before they're supposed to leave, do you think it's a damage control tactic? Let me know in the comment section below. So I wonder how the villa's going to be now that Harrison's left. I mean, there's not going to be they still got Harry there. Harry can come back and take the shine as the worst man on the show. Come back and take that reign. I feel like Harry's going to step into that main character because this is why Harry's been acting up these past few episodes. Well, especially yesterday going and talk to Emma and all that type of rubbish. He's thinking Harrison is getting all this attention, all this shine, all this buzz. I promise you now, the buzz that you think he's getting is not what it's supposed to be. Shakira and Ty had one job. We had the chance to get rid of this man. You had the chance and you lot kept him. You had the chance. Now, my final thoughts on this whole situation. I think that Harrison is a coward. That's my opinion and I'm entitled to it. I think he's a coward. Personally, if the producers were in his ear, then cool, then so be it. But I don't know that, so I'm going by he's a coward for leaving. Face the harsh reality of what you've done. Face your consequences. But it seems like you're running from the situation. There's no running away because I'm telling you, when you come to social media, you're just going to be seeing people like saying madness. Now, I don't like the fact that people are going to be saying madness about you or doing the most and saying the most about you. I don't like stuff like that. I really don't. I really, really don't. But you know what, Harrison? You brought this on yourself by treating women with such disrespect. Now, guys, I can't believe I'm actually saying this, but I'm a human with a heart. Don't go too ham on Harrison, okay? I like, even though he's done so wrong and been disgusting and treated these women with disrespect and lied and done all the above, mental health is a real thing, okay? And I've got to give some grace where it comes to that because I'm a person a few weeks ago, last week or a week and a bit ago, I wasn't in the right headspace myself. So I get that mental health can take a toll on you. So as much as we want to hold Harrison accountable, don't bully him, because that's not something I accept either. The bullying thing we're not doing, but holding accountable, yes, we will do that. And like I said, I stand by my opinion. I hope he doesn't get no brand deals. He doesn't deserve that. Maybe he can get the brand deals in the next 3 to 4 years once he's gone on a journey, a self-discovery journey, worked on himself, come back, and he's a whole better person. That's when I can say, okay, cool. You know, he seems to have changed his ways. Brand deals come screaming at him. But right now, if a brand collabs with Harrison, how does that look for the brand? That's what we need to then ask. And that's a whole next conversation. But yeah, guys, that is it for this video. If you guys found this video interesting and you want me to do more things like this, talking about like Love Island gossip and stuff like that, you already know what to do. Just hit the like button and I've got you. If you have enjoyed, don't forget to like, comment, share, and subscribe. You already know, we're on the road to 10,000 subscribers. Hit that bell notification too. Make sure to hit that bell notification because a lot of you be coming and tuning into my channel and you're not subscribing. You might as well just subscribe. If you're here every day for the reviews, just subscribe. But yeah, I will see you guys in a few hours for the review of tonight's episode. Have you guys, actually, first of all, before I go, have you guys seen the first look? Have you guys actually had a look at the first look for tonight's episode? Harry's an actual joke, man, you know. He's an actual joker. Like, I cannot believe... well, I can't believe it. It's Harry. Like, Tarek, what are you saying? I can't believe it. But yeah, guys, tonight's episode is gonna... Helena. You see, the thing is, I want to defend Helena. But it's like, she's doing this to herself. She needs to... Anyway, we'll get into it after the episode airs, okay? I'll see you guys later for the review. Take care. Have a good rest of your day. Bye-bye.